What's going on, YouTube? Lil Unc back again with another reaction, and today we got NBA players on MJ, Kobe, LeBron, KD, etc. Maybe just them. I'm not gonna say etc. I'm not too sure what's going on yet, but the last Michael Jordan reaction will be at the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. Tell me which one we should react to next. Turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Lil Unc Official. Link in the description, man. Without further introduction, let's get into it.
His ability to take over games, his ability to want to have that last shot.
And demoralize you.
Yes.
And scare the living hell out of you.
When we think of Michael Jordan, he's just that competitive fire.
I believe that every night he stepped on the floor, he put on a cape.
Michael Jordan for me was like, it looked like he was like Jesus, Black Jesus walking towards me. Yeah. So when he walked in, it was like, I didn't know what to say. It was overwhelming to meet, to finally meet the guy that I've looked up to my whole life.
Gets it to Jordan. Michael challenges and slams.
Yeah, Mike dunked on me, but he knew I was there. That's why he got all hype. He knew I was in there because a couple of games back, we played him, and I was blocking his shot.
Jordan went to the left-hand block by Morning.
He remembered that. So that dunk was big to him anytime he dunked on me, So, hey.
Michael Jordan is the best player ever. Kobe Bryant, one of the best
Did
players
you,
ever.
in your first year, did you play, was Michael in the league your first year? He was going.
No, he was coming back to the Wizards. I worked out with him, actually. I do have a lot of stories. I worked out with him for 2 years on his comeback.
Let's hear those.
Yeah, when he came back to the Wizards, worked out every single.
I heard some of y'all in the comments told me that it was something about Jamal Crawford. I can't remember right now. It just left my mind. I'm sorry, y'all. My fault. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Oh, that's the iMovie. My fault, y'all. My fault.
Charles Barkley is a great, great player, but Michael Jordan is in a class by himself, clearly superior to anybody else in the league.
Have another drink, Bob. I would never say another player is better than me. Never. And I'm not going to say I'm better than him, but I would never say he's better than me. Because I can play basketball with any basketball player in this world. But I would never say another player is better than me because he would have an advantage on me going into the game.
He made me want to be an NBA basketball player. And, just to tell him, thanks for everything he brought to the game and open the door up for the rest of the players. Without his vision, I promise you, there wouldn't be no Hall of Fame Allen Iverson standing at this podium if it wasn't for this guy. He gave me the vision, man. And
we'll react to some AI too, y'all, very soon.
You want to be fast like Isaiah, and you want to shoot like Bird, rebound like Barkley, pass like Magic, be dominant like Shaq. But man, I wanted to be like Mike. We have a chance to play the world champions, and the day will come where I'll step on the court with, in my eyes, the best basketball player that ever stepped on a basketball court. And it was just an exciting moment for me, and it was something that I treasured for the rest of my life.
Do you feel that Michael is the best ever?
I think so. I think he's not only the best basketball player, but probably the greatest athlete that's ever played any sport. And
I'm growing up and I'm watching, this guy, Michael Jordan. I think all you guys know him, I think. So I'm growing up watching this guy on TV every day, and I'm like, wow, he's an amazing basketball player. Hopefully someday I get an opportunity to meet him. So I think it was my junior year in high school. I go up to Chicago and I go to a gym called Hoops where he plays basketball in the summertime. And I didn't know he was going to be there. But I seen him walking towards me, and it was kind of like he was walking on air. I had to pinch myself. Is that Michael? Who? And it's like he was like Black Jesus to me. Like that was like one of the best spinners I've ever had.
Did he know of you?
Well, yeah, I think he did. He called me a young fella, of course.
Yeah.
And just basically told me to keep working at it, and someday I can get to the NBA. I was a junior in high school, so I guess he told me something right, and I just kept working at it.
I tell you, like when I was in high school, I used to work out with the 76ers. I used to ask him, what's it like to guard Mike?
Yo, Mike, you mean Black Jesus? I'm like, what the fuck? Black who? Oh, we call him Black Jesus. Or you can call him Black Cat. I'm like, I'm gonna call him fucking Mike. That's his fucking name. So the level of fear that he inspired in others was insane. Wow. And I would tell him, I said, when I face him, we're gonna go at it. He says, oh, you don't wanna do that. I'm like, what? Man, you don't know me, man.
You took Jordan?
I'm never going against Jordan, dog. I've never seen, I thought Michael Jordan was Jesus Christ, like playing to be Michael Jordan. I swear to God, dog. Listen, man.
The first time I played against him, and I walked out on the court, and I looked at him, and for the first time in my life, a human being didn't look real to me. And I'm sitting there and I'm,
he got all the Jordans. No, for real though. Nah, that'll be surreal. Like, it's probably it's a real moment. That's the word you probably.
I mean, it was Mike. It was my idol. It was my hero. I used to watch him and sit on my mom's dresser, and she used to tell me, "Boy, if you don't get back from that TV before you go blind, you better." Like, I wanted to be that close to him just watching him.
I'm in his basement, and he have all the old footage on VHS. I'm watching the game. It's like 3 in the morning. He came down there and come on, we're going upstairs to the gym. He broke down how to score basketball. That year, I was averaging like almost 30.
Yeah, I was right. He's definitely more players. I had a feeling because this shit 37 minutes, you know.
You also said that you want to play against Michael Jordan before he retires. He's only got probably 3 or 4 more years left, so.
I know he's an old guy. He's an old guy.
But nah, you know, that'd be something that I love to do because, you know, I watched him growing up. I love to play against Magic Johnson, but now he's retired. And Michael Jordan is somebody that I've always looked up to, and I want to play against him.
He's undoubtedly the greatest player in the game. We're going to miss him. And I could tell all my 10 children from 9 different women that I played against the great Michael Jordan.
Are you still close with Michael Jordan, or were you ever close with Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan and I are friends, and I call him all the time because I like his brand Jordan sneakers and his clothes.
And he sends them to you?
For free.
Stockton inside of Carbonell, they double it. Jordan knocks it away from him. Jordan's got it.
Favorite, I don't remember seeing many favorite things in person.
I don't have a favorite Jordan moment, but I have a Jordan moment that I'm like very, very tired of people coming up to me and giving me a hard time about.
Did you see that one? Michael!
Before the game, I was terrified, but to relieve pressure of that, I ain't got a guard, so I'm not worried. Second thing I said, I can't let him dunk on me. That's not gonna happen. So it was a play when he comes baseline.
Jordan turns and faces. Shot clock at 7, 6, and a... Whoa! Shaquille, that might really hit him hard.
I had to touch him up. It was one I'm not getting dunked on because I'll never live that down from family members, homeboys, barbershops. That'll be a poster forever because Mike was the man at the time. But Mike also taught me something very valuable. So when I go to help him up, he said, don't ever help nobody up. Great foul. Don't do that. I don't need your help. But I'm coming back. Don't you worry.
First time he entered the league, that was my favorite moment. Just the impact that he had on the league, just coming into the league.
I enjoy guarding Mike because he was, you know, the one thing I did with Mike is I never got him pissed off. You know, he make a shot, you say, good shot, Mike. You know, you don't talk trash to him so he can go off for 60. You know, you try to kill him with kindness. You don't try to talk trash to him. So they're getting off the bus. We're done with shoot around and we're walking out and MJ says, B. Scott, what's going on? I said, what's up, MJ? He said, man, I hear that you're not playing tonight. I said, no, I sprained my ankle. He said, who's guarding me? I said, Anthony Peeler. He said, oh, 50. So I told Anthony Peeler, listen, MJ, he's probably going to go for about 50 tonight on you. So just don't piss him off. You know, just be cool. He ended up with 54. So a man could do
That's just different. Goats. That's really just goat shit, man.
Do whatever he wanted to do on that basketball court.
Funny, I'll tell you this story right quick because you would really enjoy this. So we're in the restaurant, and Larry and I sitting there talking. So enters Michael Jordan. So he sits down, and Larry and I are going back telling stories with each other and just having fun. So Michael says, I just want to tell you guys, I really, in college, you guys were the two guys I looked up to, so on and on and on. And even in the NBA, you guys have been dominating. But he said, I'm just here to tell both of you, there's a new sheriff in town, and that's me.
He announced it?
He announced it to both of us. We both looked at each other and said, you know what? It is your turn. So go ahead, young man, go ahead.
To this day, it's still like, it's still super surreal for me. Like every time I see him, I'm like, wow, like, and I've been around him for 8 years now. I've been around him for, and every time it's just, I can't even believe it. Like he's just there, and he's so regular. He acts just like.
Talks so much trash.
He talks so much trash.
So much
Oh my
trash.
goodness. Second to none. Second to none, man. But he's the best. He's the best. He loves being around us. He loves to help us, give us advice. Not just me, everyone. So.
What's the best advice he's given you? This kind of cigar.
Re-sign in Charlotte.
You know, really just to be myself.
Okay.
You know, which I've needed that a few times over the course of my career. So yeah, you know, especially early on in my career, you know, when I first came in, you know, trying not to, you know, step on anybody's toes, you know, work my way in and things like that. He kind of pulled me to the side. And he's like, I drafted you for a reason. You know, just
pretty cool.
You know, come in and you know just be yourself, and that's how I try to be.
My rookie year, we were playing the Chicago Bulls, and this is Michael Jordan's third or fourth year in.
Okay.
And we were playing the next exhibition game in some obscure place. And most veterans do not like to play in exhibition games. They want to get to the real thing. I'm a wide-eyed, energetic rookie, and we're playing this exhibition game, and Michael's going through the motion. And Chuck Person, who's on my team, who's a trash talker as well, is like, can you believe Michael Jordan, the guy everyone's talking about, who's supposed to be able to walk on water, you're out here killing him, Reg. This is in the first half. He's like, just talking to him. He's like, you know, you're right, Michael. Who do you think you are? The great Michael Jordan? That's right. There's a new kid on town, right?
You fucked
Kind
up.
of looks at me and starts shaking his head. So at half, I have 10, and he has 4 points, right? I'm doing all this talking. He's like, okay. Into the game in the second half, he ended up with 44. And I ended up with 12. So he outscored me 40-2. And as he's walking off, he's like, be sure and be careful. You never talk to Black Jesus like that.
We played it.
Nah, so
My signal is totally ghosting me.
Tis the
Yo,
season.
it's so many times you just
holiday
Jordan
season-
takes it personal, man. You can't do that. Jordan takes it personal, and he come out on top most of the time, man. Only person I say he didn't come out on top, and I've seen as well, is Larry Bird, man. Larry Bird, he 0-6, I guess. I guess Larry Bird, but he dropped 63. That was in second year, dropped 63. Game before that, 49 or something like that.
Like sometimes before the game,
That's
before
so
the night
different.
before, we go eat or go to his hotel room, and he
That
was
playoff
really
record
mad at
still
Reggie
stands to
Davis
this day.
because when he got
People
traded,
say, I got a little
when
basketball
Reggie got
knowledge
traded,
right there. You
Michael was
people
the
like,
draft pick coming in,
You
and
listen,
Reggie
though.
was like, "There's no guy who can replace me that's a rookie." So he said, "Just tell Reggie that I'm going to get 45 tonight." So I went to the locker room. I said, "Reggie, Michael said he's going to get 45." So he ended up with 43. And so he comes into the locker room. He said, "I didn't get 45, but you got to come to Chicago." Like, now that's Supreme Court. That's Supreme Court. He was mad that he didn't get 45.
Pretty much was watching them instead of just playing against him, you know. I was like, I can't believe I'm on the same court, Michael Jordan, you know, all that stuff. I was looking at the shoes and just looking at him and the ball head and the 23.
Well, I have two members like Michael Jordan. None of them are good than me.
Real.
I really didn't want to believe a man could actually fly, and he gave everyone that belief that for a little bit, maybe they could.
Whenever I see somebody play Mike or guard Mike, I used to always want Mike to take him to the hole and dunk on him.
I didn't know if I was going to make the league. I was on a non-guaranteed contract,
And I'll never forget one of my first exhibition games. We played the Bulls, and I was just trying to make the roster. And Michael Jordan gets the ball right in front of our bench. And I'm already scared to death. Like, God, I hope I don't get into this game. I'm not ready for this stuff. And he holds the ball out. He holds the ball out, and he looks right at me.
Let's fake self-awareness, but you gotta get on some shit like, nah, I'm ready, in case Cause there's few times I've been like, nah, I ain't gonna lie. It's different right now. I ain't gonna lie, like, word. It's different when you start the game though. When you start the game, you feel confident. You feel confident, like, I'm starting. You know what I'm saying? I got it to you. You know what I'm saying? But when you come off the bench, you first one off the bench or some shit, you know, man, I gotta come in. Everybody ready fired up. I'm not fired up yet. I gotta get my groove right. Oh man.
On the bench, it's kind of like.
Especially in big games, that should be annoying. So you gotta come off the bench cold, your confidence low. You coming up
The ball, and he goes, "Watch this."
Come on, man.
And he turns. He went right around Dan Marley. Bam! Dunks it. Looks back at our bench and just starts laughing. And I'm looking like, there's no way in hell I can ever make this. Now I really don't want to.
I thought for me, Michael Jordan was a killer. It didn't matter. He wanted to come in and kill you. You know, when I remember my first game playing him in the Spectrum in Philadelphia. He dropped 48 in 3 quarters and went and sit down and watch the rest of the game.
For the record,
he was playing against the New York Knicks in the playoffs, and
oh my God.
I think he must have drove baseline. He faked one way against Charles Oakley, and he spent back the other way. He drove to the lane and went up for a dunk, and he dunked right over Patrick Ewing, and he stared at him. I think that was one of my most memorable Michael Jordan moments.
Jordan trying to shake off Starks. Oh, what a move by Jordan! It counts.
This was the first time at the United Center. I got thrown into the fire. He made a nice baseline spin move on me. I knew it was coming. He was just so strong. By the time I tried to body him off of it, he just swatted me away like a fly.
I learned a lot this game. A lot about how technically sound Michael was. Because it's one thing in watching him play, and then it's another thing in playing against him. His technique was flawless. I wanted to make sure my technique was just as flawless.
I think we all should be lucky we're even alive to see this guy play. Like some kids now who are buying the shoes have never seen Michael Jordan play in person. Or they've seen some clips and things like that, but he had no flaws whatsoever. You couldn't say he couldn't dribble, he couldn't shoot, he couldn't defend.
He didn't have great range. He wasn't a 3-ball shooter.
But that goes back, he didn't have to be.
Yeah.
You know, his mid-range was so unbelievable, and getting to the rim, he could finish with either hand. He was so flashy, but he was also so fundamentally sound. You know, so he had everything covered.
Was he mean to you?
No, he wasn't. He actually killed me slowly, and yeah, he would comment to the coach, he's actually doing a great job out here, and meanwhile he's pouring in 45.
Wait, he's talking to your coaches?
Yeah, I remember Chris Ford, he's yelling at me. Chris Ford's yelling the whole time. He's like, "Rookie, get in front of him, get in front of him." And I'm fronting him on the post, and MJ just kind of slowly glides across the floor, and he gets the ball and shakes and scores. And I did everything the game plan said, and then there's a break in action. We're sitting there, and, you know, Chris Ford is just down there just hammering me, and MJ was like, he's doing a great job, coach. He's actually doing a great job. Meanwhile, he's got 45 on the books. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know that basketball is a team game. Right. And you've already made Michael number one. But if you had to have Will against Michael, my prime and his prime, how much money would you be willing to bet? Wow. You think you could have beaten Michael in your prime? He would take you outside. He shoots from the three-point arc. Then you try to come out and get him, he'd dribble around you. I run the 109.5. I have a 52 vertical bench press, almost 600 pounds. Michael would probably be going to the basket. Wait a minute, 600 pounds? 600 pounds. I think you're exaggerating. You're out of your mind. We all exaggerate a little bit, but in this case, I'm going the other way.
Guarding this guy, I think, made me.
Nah, Will is different. 52 as vertical. He like 7 foot already. What the fuck? Yo, I gotta see it to believe it, man. I can't believe that shit right there. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't believe it.
Better defensive player. Every guy out there think they know how to play defense, but when you go against a guy like that, who can chew you up at any time of the game, you don't know how to play defense. His offensive skills
were just unbelievable. You find yourself watching them instead of guarding them a lot of times.
Showtime for the Bullies.
I remember the energy in that building when they walked into there. The first shot I took, like a 15-footer, I think I shot it like 8 feet. I wanted to be like him. I wore the same number as him. I wanted to wear my uniform like him.
When you think of Michael Jordan, it's just that competitive fire. He held everybody on the team to a championship standard, and this type of leader you look at and admire and want to be like.
Being compared to Michael is a great honor, but at the same time, I have to separate that for the simple fact that he's accomplished what he's accomplished through hard work. Understand that. Michael's a great basketball player, but I'm Kobe Bryant.
Getting schooled for a baseline dunk the first time I matched up with him, that was like the coolest thing. It was, because I'd seen that spin move so many times, and then I knew he was going to do it. But the timing on TV and then in person.
Talking about some wobble. Come on, man. It's real goats talking. RP Mamba, man. Damn, another 15-second ad. I thought we were gonna get through it without talking about for y'all. How y'all doing today though? Shit, I'm chilling. Another day at work, you know. Same, different day. Wait, how the saying go?
And things. So he just spun right before I thought he was going to spin, and I was like, damn, that was pretty cool. When I came to the league and matching up against him, what I found that he was extremely open to having a relationship, a mentor relationship, and giving me a great amount of advice and an amazing amount of detail, strategies, workout regimens, and things like that. So, seriously, I mean, I don't think people really understand the amount of impact that he's had on me as a player and as a leader.
My son is 3 years old. If you ask him who wears 23, he'll say.
That's where we gonna stop it at, man. Part 1. If you want part 2, make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. If you enjoyed this reaction though, I'm gonna need you to click on that Michael Jordan reaction on your screen right now. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you want me to react to next. Turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Lil Unc Official, link in the description, man. And I'm out of here.